Hi guys, Angie Bells, my fairy treasures. Okay, you guys. I am back with some mixed media. It's been a while since I did mixed media videos, and I've been missing it. I've been doing some mixed media. I've been doing actually quite a bit of mixed media. I just haven't been making videos on it. So, alright, so 2021, we're going to do a lot of mixed media videos. Okay, so this is what I want to talk about. We're going to do some jelly printing, but what I want to talk about first is I'm going to move my jelly plate out of the way. Hopefully I don't break it. Okay, what I want to talk about first is giving yourself, this is going to be a series for the year. For me, anybody who else wants to join. Giving yourself permission to art journal, junk journal every day. So, and I mix up my art journaling and my junk journaling together. So, that's going to be my series. And so a few times a week, I will do a video where you can peek in on, you know, where I'm at, what I'm doing on my art journaling and junk journaling every day. And it's a stronger emphasis for me on art journaling. And then if you want to see the final product of what that page looks like, it'll be on Instagram. I have that's where I do a lot of my art is on Instagram. So, but if you want to join me, I'm going to do a year, this whole year of giving myself permission to art journal / junk journal every day. So give myself an hour to, give myself 45 minutes to an hour every day. Plus then I do some other mixed media artwork that maybe I'm going to be selling, making into cards, and that's a separate thing. But just to give myself the freedom to do it every day. And I think that's for a lot of things. Like, suppose you want to just be a healthier person. And if you're a healthier person and you lose weight, I think losing weight isn't a goal. I think being healthy is a goal. Because if you're being healthy, if you're doing things to make yourself healthy, you're going to lose weight, right? So give yourself permission to be healthy. So that means finding recipes that use real food and healthy ingredients. Not diet or fake. Real food, healthy ingredients. Getting yourself on an exercise regime that you love, that you look forward to doing. And believe me, there are things you can do, like Zumba, Mixed Fit, they're more dance type. So what you're doing is you're giving yourself permission to take the time to do what you really want to do with your life. And so that's really what I'm doing. So I'm taking the time every day to do some art journaling / junk journaling, and my mixed media. So all of those are intermixed, whichever one I want to do, if I want to incorporate them all together or do them individually. So my first thing for this week, what I want to work on is for my art journal is I got this book called More Ephemera, and I got it on eBay, and it is really, really cool. I absolutely love it. It has just a bunch of ephemera, like vintage ephemera in it. Okay, look at this. Isn't that cool? I haven't even really looked. I looked through a little bit of this book, but look how much cool stuff you can use as focal points or in backgrounds. Isn't this cool? Just going to flip through a few pages. Oh. And what's nice is they're not double-sided, so that if you cut it out, then look how cool that is. Oh, I love that. I love all of it. I just love, and look at all this with the letters, vintagey. I love vintage. Look at that. Gorgeous. I did already cut some stuff out. Okay, so the book is called More Ephemera. So if you want to buy this on Etsy, that's what you're looking for. More Ephemera. Okay, and that's what the book looks like. And I think I spent somewhere between $6 to $10 on it. Okay, so I ripped out a few pages, I ripped out some of the ephemera that I liked. Then I took a sheet of just some cardstock and took my glue stick and collaged it on here really quickly. And the reason I did that is because I like these, right? So if I use them, I can't ever use them again, right? So I made myself a little collage sheet so I can go to my printer and make copies of this. And then I have a little file folder, a little plastic file folder thing, where I have all of my main copies. So I can always go there and look at my main copies and make more copies of something if I really like it. So I really like these and I don't want to be without them. So I collaged this on here really quick. It took me 5 minutes. I'm going to go make copies of this. Isn't this fabulous? Look at all this cool stuff. And that came out of that book. Same thing with this. Now, see the little girl here and the little girl here? The reason I'm going to come up close. Aren't they beautiful? So the reason I took the, cut these out is this little girl looks mixed. And for that time period, you didn't see little black girls, mixed girls, or children. You didn't see very many black people, period, or people of color photographed. And so I want to celebrate whenever I find a picture like this of a little mixed girl or a mixed person or a black person, and celebrate it in my artwork, because it's something that you didn't see very often. I thought this little girl here was just precious. I just loved her little precious face. And I believe she might be mixed also. So I think pictures like this need to be celebrated, because at this time and era, you don't see very many pictures of people of color, black people, people of color, period, and especially also not children. So I want to celebrate that in my artwork. So that's why I chose those two. I just love this stuff here. I love fairies. I love this. Is so vintage. So these are going to be my focal points. Sometime I will collage these in my work. These butterflies, I got these from Dollar Tree. Aren't these fabulous, you guys? Look at these. So I want to include a couple of these in there. Probably not those bright orange ones. It'll probably be this one up here that I'll put in there. Possibly this one. Okay, and then, why do I have this one? This is some more butterflies. They're not really in the color palette, so I probably won't be using these. But I am going to use, but I wanted to show you. So be looking out for these at Dollar Tree. They're in the Crafters Square section. These are some more butterflies I might use in this. And these are more of the color scheme of what I'm doing right now. Okay. Aren't those beautiful? Again, these are the wall decals. So always look in the wall decals and pick these up at Dollar Tree also for to use in your art journaling or your mixed media. I was going to say something about this. Oh, and make that a part of it. Like if that day you're doing your art journaling, you don't have to art journal that day. It could be your day where you're like deciding what you want to do, what you want to work on, and collecting all your supplies. And that may take you an hour that day. So that may be that may be you art journaling that day. Collecting your supplies and deciding what you're going to use is also a part of the whole experience. So make the whole thing an experience. So one day, 1 hour may be, for the first day, maybe like, okay, what am I going to do? Let me pull some things. And then the ideas will start flowing. And then the next day, you actually start the process. So that's what I'm doing. Also, I might use some of these. These I got from Paper Studio. They're are they Tim Holtz? No, they're just Paper Studio. They were $5.99. I got them for $1.49. This was a great deal. Look how vintage these are. These are fabulous. So I'm going to put that in my pile of stuff to use. So I got plenty of stuff. And then there's going to be more things, because I always start out with book pages, music notes, all that kind of stuff, encyclopedia pages when I start my art journal page. So there'll be more stuff, but at least I got focal points, some background stuff decided already. All right. So the next thing, so that's that. The next thing I want to do is, before I even get started with that, there's a lady named Robin Mcclendon, and I love her work. You guys probably have heard of her. And she likes to do a lot of jelly printing and making a lot of papers to put in her her mixed media, and or in her journals, her mixed media journals. And she has this one, and I love the style she does. She always is trying to make things look like old walls and old doors, and I always talk about that. So she came up with something to make stuff look like Venetian plaster on walls. So I was like, oh yes ma'am. So when I seen her technique for that, so I want to share that with you, let you know that I got it from her. If you like, go visit her channel, Robin Mcclendon. And I thought this old wall look will look perfect with this vintage style of ephemera that I chose, right? So I need to make some of it. So I'm going to make some of it with you guys. Okay, hopefully I'm not too far away. Let me come in a little closer. I'm far away because this plate I'm using is really big. So I want you guys to be able to see the whole plate. I use a mirror. People ask me that all the time because I can't, I'm taping on my phone, and this way I don't have to keep getting up. I can just hold my mirror up and look and see if I'm in frame. Okay. So, what she did, what I thought was really cool, is she said to use chalk paint. And I'm like, oh, because the chalk paint will give you that chalky look, you know, like an old Venetian door and wall. They're not shiny. They're very, very matte. And they're usually very lighter colors. So I got chalk paint, Folk Art, Home Decor. It's only $1.99 at Hobby Lobby. Now, if you get the if you get like when it's on sale, you can get it for 30, 40, 50% off, but it wasn't on sale that week and I wanted it, so I just paid the $1.99. I'm going to use this pink here. These colors all look very vintagey to me. Okay. This brown, this color here. I got this color. And this is what the brand looks like. You just go down their acrylic section. Look at that. I got all these colors that look very, just very vintage. I love this creamy. I didn't get a pure white. I got a cream color. And then this color here. Some taupey gray something. Okay. Because when you think about it, in a long time ago, they didn't have real bright colors. If you had something really bright color, that means you were really rich, because it was hard to produce really bright colors because they were using natural stuff. All right, and what I love to, I'm going to show you quite a few different papers to do your jelly printing on, but I love deli paper. I get it at Sam's Club in the section where you get all the foil and napkins and all that kind of stuff. Well, like foil and wrapping. It doesn't say deli paper on the it does say deli paper, but it's a really small. So if you can't find it, find somebody and say, I know you guys carry a box of deli paper. You get like 1,000 sheets or something. I love the way this jelly prints, and I love the way it collages for my background. So we're going to start out with deli paper. Also, a lot of times I'm not going to use anything. I'm just going to take prints off of here. But to get things started so that I can get like a marbled look, I might be pressing into it a little bit with some different things. So I picked those out. Let's get started. Just a second. I heard someone opening up my gate. Okay, I guess not. Okay. Sorry about my chair. Okay. So again, this is part of the whole process of my 45 minutes to an hour of art journaling. Maybe I'm not going to art journal that day, but I'm going to do a bunch of pulls on my jelly plate for the backgrounds for my art journal. So the whole process is part of it. Okay, so in one of the pictures of the focal points I want to use, there was some pink. So let's put some on here. And I love the fact of my plate being dirty like this, because it's going to and let's add a little bit of this beige in here. Or actually, yeah, let's add a little of this beige. It's going to pick up whatever was on here from before, and I love that. All right, and my roller, which hopefully I can find quickly. I haven't jelly, oh, here it is. I haven't jelly printed it for a while. Thank God, it's just right there. Okay, so, and we'll see how my plate works out, because my plate is, it's not real juicy yet. I'm just starting this. Usually I do some pulls beforehand, but, let me just lay something down. I just want to get a little bit of design in my, I'm not looking to make like perfect prints. I'm looking to make prints that aren't perfect is what I'm really looking to make. Because that is what an old wall looks like, right? So that's the goal, is to make old Venetian walls and doors. Really old walls. So that just puts a little design in there so it gets the color broken up so we can get to something looking cool. Okay. Now, I'm not so sure how this print's going to come up good or not because, like I said, this is my first pull on the plate, but we'll see how it comes up. Oh, and this isn't the last step. After this, after she said to use your chalk paints, then she said to do your sprays and on the plate, just spray it and then put this back on top. You'll see. We're going to first do some pulls, and there's a second thing to all this. Oh, this is pretty. Look how light that is, but that's really, really pretty. See how light that is? Gorgeous. There'll be some more stuff on this, though. So don't fret. I'm going to leave this pink on here, of course, and then I'm going to add a little bit of this color. It's like a really light bluish gray. And let's add a little bit more of the white. And that pink is going to come up too, right? And I'm not going to add any more design. I'm not going to add any more design on the plate. So this style of jelly printing is, like I said, is not about coming up with whatever design, like these perfect squares or rectangles. It's about creating, like I said, the old Venetian walls. So getting really, really cool, old looking paper. Which is pretty much always my goal. Okay, I'm not too much liking that. I'm liking the colors, but there's not enough texture in there for me. So let's put down just some regular, this is regular acrylic paint. I feel like my plate is a little too dry. So if you take white acrylic paint, that will can also help bring up things off of the plate. Let's put a little design in there. I have this little block. Let's just put a little bit of design in here. It's just a little design block, which I never use. I just found it this morning. So I thought, let's do that. Let's re-put this back on here and let's do another pull. So when I use any of these things that I'm using, like this is an old placemat from Dollar Tree. Isn't that cool? This makes things look like cells when you do a couple pulls on them. But today I'm just trying to put some texture into the paint to make it look like an old chipped up wall. Let's see what we get. All right, my plate is really dry. All right, we're gonna put a lot of white paint on here. So I'm really trying to get plate juiced up. Let's add a little bit of water too. Just missed a light bit. Sorry guys, usually I get my plate really juiced up before I come on, but I just thought, you know what, let me just come on, even if my plate's not juiced up, and show real life of what you need to do. So it's probably better that I didn't prep my plate. Then that way, when something like this happens to you, if you're new to jelly printing or new to this technique, you can also know what to do. Okay, so let's try it again. And what I might do is I might just use regular acrylic paint on my plate first and spray a little water just to get my plate juiced up before I go in with these chalk paints. Because these chalk paints are really, really, they're more drying. They're real matte. All right. Oh, this is cool. All right, now we got something coming up. Oh, I love it. this is cool. Let me show you. Look how cool that is. See how that looks like an old Venetian wall? I love it. So all we needed to do was put some white on there. That helps pull up a bunch of stuff off the plate. And spray a little bit of water just to get my plate going. And look at that. Okay, that's gorgeous. All right, let's get on with some other colors besides those. I want to do some brown. Plus, now what we have on here is what's on this plate, which is fabulous. Let's do a little bit of brown. Let's do this gray color. And a little bit of this blue. And if you want, you don't have to mix color. You can do all just one color too. It's all up to you. I am going to add a little bit of mist of water. Just a mist on my plate. That seemed to really help so that things aren't so dry. Oh, this is going to be fabulous. I like how this already rolled together. I'm going to get up in a second. I forgot to have some sheets, my roller sheets over here. Look how fabulous that looks. See, even your roller sheets can have some cool stuff on it. Now I'm not going to add any texture or design to that. I'm just going to put my deli paper right on here. I'm so happy I have so much deli paper because I had bought 2 boxes of deli paper. I think they come 2 big boxes of 1,000 sheets for like $8 or $9 at Sam's Club. And I couldn't find it. So I went and bought more. And then I found it. So now I have 3 boxes of deli paper. I have like 3,000 sheets of it. But I love it. Because I'll be using it. Oh, cool. Love this. Okay, where did I put my mirror at? Damn it. Okay, I don't have that many places I can put everything. Alright, so I just want to make sure. Okay, here it is. Look how gorgeous that is. Doesn't that look like an old wall? And when it dries, it's real matte. And look at all the imperfections in there. Oh, I absolutely love that. Okay. Put that down. And then we're going to leave that on there. Let's take some... What do we want to take on here? Let's just add some of this taupey white, a white color, and this gray color. Well, it's not gray, it's kind of a taupe. And this is like a vanilla color right there. Let's add a little bit of water to the plate. That's really been helping, just juicing up my plate with water. Oh, I like this. Nice. You know, let me just get up really quickly. Let me put this down. I want to get a bunch more deli paper out because I want to, from my roll-off sheet over here on the side, I want to have a bunch of deli paper just roll off. So just a second. Let me show you the box of how it comes. It says cabinet wax. That's what it says on here on this one. So that's what it looks like. Okay. And it says cabinet wax. And then right here, where does it say it at? It says right here, the original interfolded deli wrap. See how it's hard to find it? So maybe look for the word cabinet wax. If you can't find it, just If you can't find it, just ask somebody there. Oh, it's 500 sheets you get. And the box may not look completely like the other box I have looks a little bit different than this box, so it may not be the exact same box, but that's what you're looking for. Okay, let me put this away. Okay. This is so exciting. You know, I need to have a session like this once a week that at least once a week that I sit down and do some pulls. Oh, I love this. Ooh, this is cool. All right, let me show you guys. See how cool that looks? Love it. You know what else I want to throw in here? I want to throw some gold up in here. So let me see. Do I have the gold sitting here at my desk? I usually have some gold sitting here. I don't want to have to get back up. Oh yeah, I got it. Just to give a little metallic gold fleck here and there. This is Folk Art Metallic Gold. It's Inca Gold. This one also might be good to do a glaze over things, because it's not real solid gold. So you put if you can, I'll talk to you about glazing another time, to put like a solid gold glaze or a silver glaze. Anyway, can't talk about too many things at one time, confusing people. They're like, what are you talking about? All right, what else do we want to do here? You know what I want to do? I want to do a pink. And I want to add a little brown to the pink. Because that'll add, like, it'll take pink and brown look so good together. And when you add brown to pink, to me, it makes it look more aged. Yeah. Makes it look old. Let me throw a little water on here. Let me throw a little bit more pink. There we go. Okay, and let's throw a little bit of texture in here. So I'm going to throw a little bit of this in here. Just to throw a little texture in, and a little bit more texture. Let's add this little bit of lace in here. All right, and we'll add some texture. This little piece right here. This is another piece of placemat. If you ever see a placemat that has this type of design in it, it's a gold placemat. Pick it up. See how this looks right here? This can look like cells, and you can do the whole thing, and it looks like cells, and do maybe 2 or 3 different colors when you pull it up. Oh my God, it's so cool. Okay. Now, if you have your Gelli plate out and you don't have deli paper, and you don't want to run to Sam's Club, just you can go use your coffee paper. You can use book pages. You know the paper towels that you find, those cheap brown paper towels you find like in the bathroom? Pick up some of those sheets. That works really good. I've done that too. Always be experimenting with different papers. Oh, I like that. Cool. I may do a second pull on this one. That's what we're looking at right there. That's cool. Let's do another pull on this. Trying to see what other color maybe you want to add to this. I want to add this blue. And a little gold. Okay. No more design, just go through that and see. And then after this, I want to get into some of the, like the sagier teals and browns and all of that. Ooh, this is cool. Check this out. Isn't that cool? Love it. Let me just spray that down a little bit, and let's just do another pull and see what we can get up off of the plate. Just what comes up off of here. Sometimes these are the best pulls. Just like whatever's left on there. Yeah, this is cool. See all that little just bits of stuff? Love it. And we're going to leave it just like that because, like I said, we have a second thing we're going to do on that. Okay, so let's start. Let's do a brown. And let's do this teal color. It's a sagey. It's like a really, it's a very muted teal. Oh, I love it already. Do a little bit of spray. Water. I think that's my first time I've ever sprayed my... That's the first time I've ever sprayed my my plate with water. It just hit me. I was just kind of going, you know, it's like my plate needs water. Which is why, you know, you pull a few prints to juice up your plate. The paint gets your plate wet. I thought, well, let's just get it wet right away. So, okay, now I'm going to use this. This right here. Some Asian calligraphy paper. If you have a Daiso, they always usually carry calligraphy paper there. And you get like, I don't know, 100 sheets for $1.50. So, and this also is really, really nice. Also, another good one is just white tissue paper that you get from Dollar Tree. That also, I don't use it very often, but I need to. It's in big sheets, so I need to cut some down to, you know, put it on my plate here. That's probably why I haven't done it yet. Oh, I love this. Look. Oh. And then you see some of the little bits of pink and stuff in there too. Isn't that cool? Oh! Love it. Okay. This sagey color. This is like a gray color, gray something. I like it. And let's do this blue. Also, let's do a little bit of white here and here. And let's do a little gold in here. What's that saying? For shits and giggles? Let's do that. And I think working as loosely as possible is the best. That's when stuff really comes out. And that's why I want to start giving myself permission to art journal every day. Like, this is what I want to do, is if, you know, if you could do whatever you wanted to do every day, what would it be? And for me, it would be art journaling or doing art every day. So why not start my day out with art? Like, instead of starting my day out with my eBay business that I have, I'm starting it out with art. I give myself permission to go sit in my studio for an hour and go do some art. Is that a fabulous day or what? I think so. Okay, I still have more of this. I have a whole bunch of stack of this paper. This is the calligraphy paper. Robin Mcclendon always talks about onion skin paper. I want to get some. You used to be able, it's just typewriter paper. I guess, I don't know why they call it onion skin, if it was actually onions involved. I'm not really sure. But she loves it. And so, I need to get some. I'm going to order some on eBay. Oh, this is cool. Oh, I love it. Okay, let you see this. And see, some of that pink keeps coming up in there. Look how cool. This looks like an old Venetian wall that's been painted so many times. Look at that. And I can't wait for them to dry because they dry really, really nice and matte. All right, we want to leave what's on that plate. So let's just use this beige color here, or this off-white, and only put that on there so we can pull up whatever's left on this plate. Look at my roll, my onion sheets where I just rolled stuff off. That looks cool. Love it. Okay. You know what I want to do on this is I have some brown. Okay, this is what I was talking to you about. Well, let me show you this. This paper right here, this brown paper. This is found at Hobby Lobby. It's found at Lowe's or Home Depot. It's on a roll, and you find it's on a small roll like this, and you find it in the paint section, like where the paintbrushes and stuff are at. And it's paper. They use it to like as a drop cloth, but it's drop cloth paper, and it's on a roll. $5 or $6, you get a ton of it. They have it in this brown color, and they also have it in a green color, like a sagey green. And this really collages down nice, too, in your backgrounds. Oh, cool. I just wanted to see how that was going to look. Look how cool that is. Love it. Let's pick up whatever's left on this plate. Let's just mist it with some water. I don't want to put any more paint on here. I'm just going to lay the calligraphy paper on here. And it's like a Asian calligraphy paper. I'm not sure if it's Japanese or Chinese. I'm not sure. That's why I'm just saying Asian, because I'm not exactly sure. Oh, shoot. But you have to be careful. Look how I just ripped a hole in it right there. That hole looks cool. Oh my gosh, I love this. It's really light, but has some cool stuff on there. And that's just what was left on the plate. So we'll let this dry. Okay, let me look, see. We're almost done. We're going to start going back and we're going to start going backwards here in a minute. And doing the second step on all these sheets. Okay, so let's put this down. Let's put down this like pumice stone color. This is a really like light bluish turquoisey color. Let's throw a little brown, very little bit of brown, and we'll throw a little metallic in there. Okay, we'll throw a little white here too, a little off-white. Do a little mist. Cool. I'm loving my sheet over here. This is my sheet that I just took my roller and rolled off. I'm going to take that sheet and put that aside because I like that. All right, let's use some more deli paper. And you guys look forward to my video. I have another video coming after this where I'm going to show you how to make, use Jane Davenport. She has a thing called, what is it called? You make your own watercolors. So Jane Davenport came up with a thing where you make your own watercolors. It is fabulous. And I've been doing it. So, okay, look at that. That's gorgeous. Isn't that pretty? I love it. There could be more texture. You know what? Let's do this. Let's put some white on here. Let's pick all this up, what's on here. We're going to redo that one because I think I want to have a little bit more, I want to have a little bit more texture on here. So let's, I want it to be light and stuff, but I want it to put some water on here. Okay. All right, this white will really pick up a lot of good stuff. I got a lot of brown right there. Ooh, that looks good. All right. Let's add a little texture in here. Let's put this down. Okay. Put that down there. Let's take a little bit of bubble wrap. There we go. And a little punchinella. Punchinella is cool. This you get on eBay. It's called punchinella. And what that is it's just like when you make sequins, it's what's left over from it. So it's a great thing to make patterns with and stuff like that. So I learned about that from Robin Mcclendon. And when she talked about punchinella, I was like, what the heck is she talking about? And she kept talking about it, but she hadn't explained it. She probably explained it early, you know, in another video. I just didn't hear. I just never had heard what it was. So I went online. Oh, first I looked the word up. And then I went, oh, they probably sell that on eBay. And I looked it up. They have sell it on eBay. It's cheap, $5 for a big box of it. So. Oh, this is cool. I would like a little more on it. Let me show you. Okay, I'm going to let it go. I think there needs to be more on there, but there's that second step of what we're going to be doing. So I want to do something that's really, really brown and really, really creamy toned. Maybe just a little bit of this blue in there. All right, these will be the last couple of pulls here. Let's throw some design in here, just a little bit of texture. Okay. Throw some of this up in here. Don't you guys like how haphazard I'm being? Like I said, because I'm not trying to get certain design. I'm just trying to get some different texture in. Like, I don't want you to look and go, oh, that's a Tim Holtz stencil. No. It's about creating an old Venetian wall. Look at my hands. If you're wondering about the rings I'm wearing, this ring is a wire wrapped ring. Isn't this cool? This is a ring that I made. I used to make these rings. I used to buy these. This is real turquoise. It's a turquoise bead. I used to buy them here, go to this bead store, which I loved. And I used to sell these in a store. So that's a bead that I wire wrapped. And then this is a ring that my husband bought me from this artist that we buy a lot of his jewelry. Love it. In fact, the link below says where I get all my turquoise jewelry. This is turquoise. It's white turquoise. Isn't it gorgeous? And you can go to his site and check out his jewelry. It's not cheap at all. But I don't say he's just a jewelry maker. He's an artist. It's really what he is. He's an artist. His stuff is just phenomenal. Okay, I am loving this. This is one of my faves. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Love it. All right, so let's focus on picking up what's left on this plate. So we're just going to use this color here just to pick up what's left on this plate and maybe a little gold. You guys, when you get your jelly plate out, it's just so addicting. And this is the other thing I want to say. Don't treat your jelly plate like some special event. Make it a part of your, your art journaling or your mixed media. Just something like, oh, okay, I want some papers in this color because this is what I'm doing. And just pull it out real quick. Always just have it right beside you. Don't have it away in some closet. Don't make it have to be a big session. You can just jelly print for 15-20 minutes and make some stuff up real quick. And the reason I say that is because I'm guilty of that, thinking, oh, I gotta pull out the jelly plate print. I just keep it out. So if I want to just if I want to do some jelly printing really quick, then I can just do some jelly printing really quick. And I don't have to fret about it. Okay. This block is cool. I got this for, I didn't even pay $3. It says $3. But is it a Stampin' Up? Yeah, it's a Stampin' Up block. It just has textures on it. Isn't that cool? If that's not a mixed media block, I don't know what is. Okay, I can already tell that this is going to come out really, really cool. All right. Oh. I like it, but there needs to be more on here. But I might just go ahead and save this. See how cool that is? And save this for the second step. So we'll go ahead and let that go. Okay. So now we're going to do is we're going to go to the second step. We're going to go back to all those pages that we did stuff on. And we're going to use the Tim Holtz sprays. Whatever sprays you have. It doesn't have to be Tim Holtz. I just happen to have a lot of Tim Holtz. I actually also have my own sprays that I've made. But we're going to use the Tim Holtz ones. And what she did is, okay, let me put all of these aside somewhere. All my chalk paints. And when I see these 50% off, I'm going to go back to Home Depot, Hobby Lobby, and really stock up on these. So I always usually wait for a sale, but I couldn't wait. I just wanted to try this technique. So, and I'm glad I tried the technique with you guys for the first time. That's really cool. Okay, just a second, you guys. Let me grab my papers that I'm going to. Alright, these were all my cleanup sheets. I want to use those too. Sometimes your cleanup sheets will be your best work. Okay. let's go. All right, so what we're going to do is we're just going to use like a Distress Oxides, any of our Distress Sprays, whatever sprays you have, especially ones that are kind of earthy looking, or whatever colors you're using, kind of match up. So I'm just going to spray, do some spraying on here. So that was, what is this? I put my glasses on, I can't read this crap. That was Iced Spruce. I'm going to put that on there. And then I'm going to put some of this pumice stone. Okay. And then I'm going to take this piece right here. You know what I just thought of? You could also drop some, what would be kind of cool is to drop some ink on here. I'm going to drop some hot cocoa ink on here. Because I don't have any vintage photo distress sprays, believe it or not. I know I'm going to want some browns, so whatever ink you have, you can do that. Okay, this looks cool. Look at that. All right, we're going to leave that. Okay, this is the inks dropped. So I'm just gonna put that on there like that. And then I'm gonna spray this old paper on here. And you know what else I'm gonna spray? I'm gonna spray a little bit of wild honey on here. The wild honey gives like a rust look. That looks cool. Okay. Let's do it on this one right here. Let's see what happens. Ooh, cool. Look at that. Oh, I like it. That's really cool. I like that wild honey. I don't use that color very often. I'm going to start using that. It looks like, that wild honey looks like rust. Yeah, we're going to be using that a lot in this whole thing. Okay, I got quite a bit still down there. Let's just take this sheet right here that I just pulled up a minute ago. And let's just put that down. I'm not going to spray anything else on here. I'm just going to use what's on the plate still. See what we come up with. Can you guys hear the excitement in my voice? I get hyped every time I do this. I just love it. Oh, that looks cool. Look at all the different stuff. I love this right here. All right. Very cool. All right. What color did I say I was loving? I just said, let's just try just the brown. Okay. Let's let these run. Just a second, you guys. I'll be back in a second. I just put those inks on there, and I'm gonna let those stay just like that. Just those spots like that, which I think is cool. And then I'm going to use that, that honey color. Where did I just put it? It cracks me up when I lose things really quickly because I don't have that much space here to be losing stuff. Okay, here it is. Let's spray some wild honey. Oh, this is going to be cool. I can already tell. And I sprayed the wild honey on the ink. And let's throw a little pumice stone in a couple spots. All right. And let's do it on this. This is pretty dark, so not really. There's enough stuff on here. Okay. Oh, this is cool. Look at this. phenomenal. I love it. Oh my God, that's cool. Okay. All right, let's go to this one. I didn't put anything else back on the plate. I'm just using what was left on here. Oh, very cool. Again. Oh, and I'm loving this right here. Like, that looks really chipped off, doesn't it? So cool. With all this brown, I'm going to go in, which I think sounds crazy, with this pink and blue right here. And we're going to get some brown on here. I told you, I think when you add brown to pink and all these pastel-y colors, it gives it that age. So that you can fit these pretty pastel colors in with your stuff. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Look how cool that looks. In my opinion, that just aged that out really nicely. Okay. I'm loving this brown here. So I'm going to use this again. I'm going to use this brown. And then I'm also going to use, I have another brown that I love. That's an ink. This was a Jane Davenport. These are called, It Smells Like Hot Cocoa. They're fabulous. They're incredible inks. Okay. Then I'm going to use this one we got from Hobby Lobby the last couple years. This Bria Rose. It's also another ink. Watercolor ink. That was kind of more than I wanted, but that's fine. Ooh, I'm loving this color, so let's add some more. Well, let's try something different. I got brown, and then let's try this blue. This is Distress Spray Faded Jeans. And we'll add a little bit of the, so this is what this looks like. And then we'll add a little bit of Wild Honey, which looks like rust. I haven't used Wild Honey that much, and I have a lot of Wild Honey in my inks, Distress inks, oxides. I'm going to start using that. I really like that. Okay. Oh, and let's let this run a little bit. Just a second. I'll be back. Let these inks run. Also, let me just spray a little bit of water on the ink so it'll run. And I just came up with something new. I didn't even get using the inks like that when I was watching Robin's channel. I just came up with it because I don't have any browns, and I don't have the like vintage photo or anything in my sprays. So I thought, well, what else do I have? Oh, I like that. And that's the kind of the cool thing of not having the same supplies as everyone else, because it's gonna force you to think, oh, what else can I do? You know? And then that's gonna be your spin on. That's gonna be your spin on it. Oh, cool. Look how cool. That just looks like some old, beat up, aged wall. I love it. I'm completely obsessed. I'm going to take this pretty pink. I'm going to put that on here. So what I really want is just to, like, this was a pink Venetian wall that's been aged. And hopefully we get that. Yes, we will. Look how cool. Love it. Okay. Let's do, okay, this is some old paper. What color is this old paper? Oh, this old paper has some green in it. All right, so we're going to use some old paper. We're going to use this pumice stone. It's going to be really grungy. And we'll use, all right, let's just use this broken china. Broken china is like this tealish color here. Let's put that, we're going to put it on this one here. Okay. This one here, I kind of like the way it is. We're not going to touch that one. I like the way that looks. Let's go to this one. This one here that I needed to add a little more that I got the hole in. Let's go to that one. Oh, this is cool. Oh, I love it. Woo! Check that out, you guys. Isn't that cool? Love it. Let me look and see about another paper. Okay, here's another one that could do with some more stuff on it. Let's just pick up whatever's left on here. What was the one I just did? I just did these ones, and I really liked that mixture. Okay. Oh, that looks cool. I like to add a little more to this, but this is cool. We're going to put that back over there to add more to it. Let's do, again, old paper. Of course, wild honey. And let's do this color again here. And do this one a second time. It's this sheet right here that we just did. So what happens is the chalk paint is so dry and chalky that it really picks up and absorbs the inks and the sprays. Ooh, I love it. Okay, this is what I wanted. Yes, ma'am. Check that out. Oh my goodness, I love it. Oh. All right, we're going to, okay, I'm going to add to this whole little montage a little bit of this darker blue. We're going to add some more of this turquoise in here. We're going to add, of course, the rust, which is wild honey. They have a color called rust, which is fabulous, and I love it. And we're going to add some old paper. And we're going to add a couple of drizzles of, come on, of Jane Davenport's inks. Okay, and let those run down. Add a little water just so it really hits. Start running. There we go. This looks cool. I'm gonna go this way with it too. And this again, I didn't see on what's name's channel, putting these inks on here and then spraying them and letting them run. I just thought of that, and that's what's gonna happen once you start playing. You can be inspired by someone else, and then you're also going to inspire yourself and other people because you're gonna start coming up with ideas. So, all right. So this right here is pretty cool. I like the way it is, kind of. We're gonna leave. Oh, I don't know. Let's do it. You're like, should I leave well enough alone, or should I? I'm like, you know what? It's only paper. Why am I gonna sit there and stress about it? Oh my god, I love it. Glad I did it. Look, that was the right decision. Look how fabulous that looks. I love it. Okay, this has really lightly some stuff on it, so that needs a whole lot of stuff on it, so let's do some goodies on here. Again, let's do rust. We'll do a little bit of the broken china. We'll throw a little bit of this blue color. this time we will use the Bria Reese ink. Spray that with a little bit of water, the inks. And other things are getting sprayed too, so they get to run too. So we're going to let this run. And I got other things running too, which I think is cool. Let's let it run this way too. I love this whole thing of letting the inks run. Awesome idea. I just came up with that on the fly. Okay. So we're going to take this one right here. It has the chalk paints on here, but it's really, really light. But the paper will absorb it nicely and something will come out cool because we have all that chalk paint on here, which likes to absorb the inks. Oh yeah. Oh, I love it. Ooh, look at. Is that fabulous, you guys? That looks like an old Venetian wall. I am obsessed. I like the way this one came out. Oh, you know what? Let's just add. You know what? I love the way this came out, but let's just go ahead and add whatever is left on the plate. Whatever's left. Oh, yeah. That even just added a little more to it, which is cool. Look at that. Okay. We'll add to this. Okay. Let's add some different colors that we've been adding. Let's add old paper. We'll add some pumice stone, which is some like a blacky color, and we'll go ahead and go on with rust. I think I want to add rust to everything. And could you use brighter colors if you want it? Yeah. I don't think you're going to get an old world look or like a Venetian plaster look because you're using brighter colors. When you want things to look very old world, the colors were more muted just because color was something that the more color you had or the richer something was, is I guess the richer you were because it was hard to get really vibrant colors. Look how cool that looks. Oh, I just love it. And see how there's some pink in here, but it matches up with the brown and it all comes out together. So that's how you can really do your pastel-y colors. Add the browns and the rust to it. And I would have never known that if I wouldn't have just experimented. So here's the wild honey. Some pumice stone. Oh, I haven't used this right here, the silver oxide, no, the silver spruce in a while. And let's add some of this little turquoise color there. All right, so we have this has a little bit on it, which is cool. Let's go on to it and add this on. Very cool. Love it. Check that out. Robin, thank you for coming up with this technique because it is so cool. I love it. Now this was just a sheet that I was just running off of, and it was actually some scrap piece of paper. So let's just see what's left on the plate. Since this was some scrap piece of paper that I just started burning off onto, just go like this and pick up whatever's left on this plate. Oh, cool. Now, didn't I tell you that just doing leftovers and stuff, this is one of the coolest pages I've had so far. Look how fabulous that is. That is one of the coolest pages I've done so far. Okay. How many more do I have? Okay, I only have 2 more. So let's just do these last 2 and we'll be done with this session. Oh, man. Okay, so let's do the blue there. Let's do the wild honey. And Let's do some old paper. Okay. And this is the side here. Oh, here. It doesn't have very much on it. It's really, really light. But it's definitely a good base for the inks to stick to. Oh, cool. Look how cool. Love it. Okay, now this is my last sheet. And this didn't have too much on it. Let's just use whatever's left on this plate and see what happens. We may have to do it again, but we'll see what's on here. What's left on here. And what's going to be fun is the next time I play with my plate, I'm going to have all these inks on there. So that's going to be cool. So that's going to come up off of the plate. Now this is really subtle, but this is kind of cool. Isn't that cool? I'm going to leave this because you can do some, Robert Mcclendon does this stuff called, what type of writing is it? It's like what does she call it? Like magical writing or imaginative writing. It's making up your own language. Anyway, this would be a good base for that. And I'll show you guys some of that another time. But I'm going to leave that. I think that's cool. Even though it's really subtle. Sometimes really subtle can be beautiful too. Okay, you guys, so that is it for this session. I've played in my art journal now for way over an hour. And I'm not going to start art journaling as far as putting stuff, layering stuff down. I'm just going to use that as my art journal session that I'm allowing myself to do. So, if you want to join me this year, allow yourself to art journal or do your mixed media, 45 minutes to an hour every day. If you miss a day, don't, it's not like you gotta, yell at yourself about missing a day. No big deal. But you're just giving yourself permission. And if you give yourself permission, then it'll let you do what you want to do every day. And why are we not doing what we want to do every day? Let's, what is the session saying? Let's, instead of living to work, let's work to live. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, so I'm putting this on here. Oh, if you're wondering about my jelly plate, this is a handmade homemade jelly print, a homemade jelly plate. Mine is a glycerin base. There's lots of recipes, so go online, go on YouTube, and find a recipe if you want to use glycerin. And this has lasted me, it's never molded, it's lasted me forever. I made 2 of them. So what I really want to do is try to remelt this down and remelt my other one down and make one giant one, so I always can hit everything on the page. So I've been wanting to do that for a while and I just haven't done it. So anyway, love this jelly plate. If you don't want to make your own jelly plate, you can always buy a jelly plate. Just look it up. Everybody makes them. Diane Reevely has hers. Jane Davenport has hers. There's tons of different jelly plates. So, okay, you guys, that is it for this one. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so. If you can give this video a thumbs up. Any comments or questions, leave them below. Come visit me on Facebook and Instagram. Go to Instagram, and you'll see different pictures of my artwork. If I start working on something and I don't videotape it, it'll be on my Instagram. Okay, you guys, I'll talk to you guys next video. Bye! No, let me not end it with that ugly top. We'll end it like this. Bye, guys.